Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Git Gud at Open Transport Tycoon. Now in the last episode we connected this oil rig using some boats, and actually while editing the video I saw that we had actually discovered a new boat type that's faster, so we should probably replace our boats with the faster type. Just like trains, we can replace boats from this menu. So let's start replacing them. Now the new boats are 40 kilometers per hour instead of 24, so that's almost twice as fast. So that should give us some more profit. Alright, now we also have this factory here which produces goods from the steel we bring to it. There's actually quite a few trains waiting in front of the station. So we should probably make it create some more goods. And it does not only accept steel, but it also accepts livestock and grain. And livestock and grain are stuff that we can get from our farms. Well, there's quite a few farms here on the land. You can recognize them from the farmland they create around them. And we should probably connect those to our little network so we can make more goods. Now, farms, as you probably know, produce both grain and livestock in this climate. Actually, usually, well, I've neglected them for quite a few years in this map. So, usually one of the resources will have dropped quite a bit, while the other one's still at a high level. So, what I will do is that for the cargo that is produced in a big number, I will just make full trains, and for the other one I will just make shorter trains in the hope that production from the farms will go up over time. Alright, I will now just connect the farms, and whenever something interesting happens I will explain what I am doing. Now we're on a part of the network that's not going to be very crowded, so here I will just make a junction that where we pass through the other track. I will use path signals on the place where they pass, just so trains don't unnecessarily have to wait for any other trains. Okay, it's time to make our first train for the farm. It looks like it makes quite a detour, but I didn't really want to connect anything here. So I expect this part of the network will get quite crowded. Alright, let's make the first train. The grain transport is just really bad, really low. The grain production, I mean. So let's just make a really short train for that. Yeah, let's make it 3. It will be a cute little train. And let's make a separate train for our livestock. Well, this station is really close to the end station. So I don't really need any extra trains here. Now this station is called Cheating Hat and Steel. We should probably rename it, so I'll just name it Unloading. Because this is the unloading station. And the other one, we will get goods. Maybe I should call it Loading, but I'll keep the name as it is now. Actually, I'll make an extra viewport now, just so I can quickly change the destinations of train to this station. Alright, one farm down, several more to go. Now again, the grain production here is terrible, so I'll make a really short train for that. And I'll make a longer train for the livestock. Now to make it follow the same orders as this train, I can just use goto. So press the goto button and I can just click this train. Then it will follow the same orders as this train. That's also a useful trick if you have trains with different cargo, but that should go to the same stations. It's just an easy way to clone orders. Now this farm actually produces quite a bit more, so maybe we'll want 2 trains here for grain and 1 for livestock, and then I need 3 tracks, because, well, let's just say we always want at least 1 train for grain and 1 train for livestock to be able to be on our platforms. So if I had only 2 platforms and there were 2 grain trains here, the livestock train would be waiting here and it would not be able to start loading, and lots of livestock would be lost, not transferred. So that's why we need at least 3 platforms if we have a maximum of 2 trains for each type of cargo. Alright, here we have a station that's close enough that I will just convert it so that it can also be used by the trains for the farm. Now, this station only has 1 iron ore train going to it, because the mine doesn't produce a lot. So I will just add some extra tracks and then we can also use it for this farm here. Now the grain production is terrible, but the livestock production is okay. So I will just add a really short train for grain, and I think I'll add some half-length trains for livestock. And we can always increase the length of the trains later, should the production of this station increase. Okay, we have 4 trains now that go to this station, but there's also 4 tracks, so they will never have to wait for each other. Again, the production at this station is not that good, so we'll just add some shorter trains, just so they don't have to wait too long to be fully loaded, and that way they will drive to the station more often, and that way they will still make some profit every year. Now I will also add some trains for grain here. I just copy the orders from the other trains. And now you can see why we need at least 3 platforms here. Because we have 2 trains for livestock and 2 trains for grain. Well, now you can see 1 train for grain is waiting, but at least 1 train is also loading grain here, and at least 1 train here is loading livestock. So both types of cargo now get loaded at the station and nothing gets lost. Now there's a farm here, right in the middle of all these rails. It produces quite a lot of livestock and I kind of want to transport it, but it will be difficult to make a station here. So I think what's best is that we combine it with this station here. So that, in other words, that we also use this station for transporting stuff from the farm. Now this farm is outside of the coverage of the station. So what we'll do is we'll make a truck stop here. We hold the control button, now we click. And now we can select a nearby station to combine it with. We'll do chartborne mines. And now we have increased the coverage of this station with the area from this truck stop. So now we can also transport livestock and grain from this farm. Now there are some houses in the way. We need to make the station bigger in order to enable enough to enable all the trains that we need to actually load here. I think this station is used by 2 trains now for coal. So I think we'll want at least 2 extra platforms. Probably even 3 extra platforms. And these houses here are kind of in the way, so we need to get rid of the houses. Now, this will ruin our reputation with this city, obviously. So we will need to... we can remove some houses, and then we'll need to spam trees in order to get our reputation up again. Okay, we could destroy 3 houses. Now let's check our reputation. It's mediocre. Okay, they refuse to cooperate. So let's put some trees. Oh, wrong tool. That didn't help. Alright. Mediocre. Still mediocre. Now our reputation is good again. Alright. And we can destroy another house. Now it's mediocre again. Let's place some more trees and we're good again. The city loves us. Alright. We destroy another house. I don't know what this is. Okay, that's nothing. Alright, we can now at least expand our station with 2 platforms. So let's do that. And that means we can have 2 extra trains, because we also have some coal trains that go to this platform. And we probably always want them to be able to keep loading coal. So what I'll do here, I'll just make a long train for livestock and a very short train for grain, and we'll just keep it like that. And if we ever feel the need to expand, we'll just destroy this road here. Let's just quickly buy some ground here, just so the city cannot extend the road any further in this direction. Should we later... Actually, I'll just buy everything here. Should we later want to expand this station, then we just have to destroy the road. And there will be no extra houses to destroy. Again, remember to always make a bit of a buffer track before the station, just so the trains have a place to wait, which is not on the main line. You don't want to be blocking this line, or else trains, for example, won't be able to go to this station. Now, here's also a mistake that you can easily make. If you make a track like this, with a light signal here in the middle, and no light signals on the way to the depot. And actually, as a train passes here, it will actually turn this signal red because the signal will see the train itself by going in a loop here. So if you make the signal like this, the train will actually block itself from going any further. So yeah, you should also make signals here on this side and on this side. It will probably be more clear if I just show you what happens. So now I will only put a signal here in the middle and not on the sides to the depot. And now let's make a train. Yeah, this one doesn't produce much grain, so let's make a really short train. Alright, this train will now try to pass this signal, but it can't. It will turn red because the signal sees there's a train on this section, which is the train itself. So it will only be able to pass on if we make a signal here. Sorry, this is a mistake I sometimes still make. But yeah, you should really try to avoid that. Alright, looks like I forgot one part of a junction. Some trains had to make quite a detour to get to their destination. I actually made quite a long bridge here, just to pass over this junction here. You should always be careful with making long bridges. I mean, you can get away with it on lines that aren't that busy, but because you cannot put any signals on top of bridges, it means that you will have a long stretch without signals, and that can actually become a choke point if your trains are very close to each other. There will be a point where trains always have to wait, and that can easily lead to a traffic jam. So yeah, be careful with long bridges. If it becomes an issue, you could, for example, put two bridges next to each other and put a path signal in front. Then if one bridge is occupied, the train will take the bridge next to it, and so on. Anyway, it looks like we've connected all our farms. Let's take a look at the factory. Yeah, now there's actually no trains waiting, and we have a big surplus of goods. We can probably now add some more goods trains to the line. So let's immediately do that. Anyway, this factory is now producing a lot of goods, and as you can see, it's getting quite busy here. It's quite satisfying to see all these trains enter and exit here. As you can see, we now have trains of different lengths, and it's just something I had to do to cope with these production facilities that don't produce that much. Anyway, we are now almost transporting all of the cargo types that are available in this map. There are still woods that we haven't transported, and there's also some towns which have banks, and they can actually produce and transport valuables between each other. Or maybe I have to bring the valuables to the city. It's been a while since I've transported those. Let's check the industry chain and select cargo, valuables. Yeah, so as you can see here, valuables are produced at banks and they have to be transported to other banks. But yeah, that will be something for a later episode. I'm not sure if I will transport valuables, but we'll see if we can do it at some point. Something we also still have to do is I saw that we can have electrified railways now, and I will show how to upgrade to those also in a later video. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again in the next one. See you later.